Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from The Right Way. Got a new article about how soft our government departments are being on people that are causing trouble, and that is causing trouble for law-abiding citizens who have to put up with these particular people. And it just goes to show you that if you go too soft, then people will just keep going and going and going, keep pushing the envelope. So you've got to get tough at some particular point. So let's have a read of this and think of these poor people that have to live next to this person. So rowdy Avondale State House triggers 72 Auckland Council noise complaints in just 7 months. 72 Auckland Council noise complaints. That's just the ones that were actually properly filed, not just people couldn't be bothered filing a report even though the noise was very loud. So that's just the ones that were actually officially filed. So there must be more. So that's more than 10 a month. Think about that, right? There's only 4 weeks in a month. 10 a month. It's just ridiculous, right? So an Auckland couple say incessant noise from the Kāinga Ora. So Kāinga Ora is the New Zealand State Housing Corporation, who looks after state houses. So if you're not in New Zealand, a state house is essentially a house that is provided to these people, and they pay 25% of their income in rent, and then the government pays the rest if the house is contracted to the government. Otherwise, if the government owns it, then they just pay 25% of their income, and then the government covers all the rest of it. So basically, they're getting this house a lot cheaper than any other normal person would have to pay for their house. They're getting it pretty much only at 25% of their income, whatever the income happens to be. So generally, these people are probably on the benefit anyway. So they should be thinking of this as a benefit to them and trying to do everything in their power to make sure that they keep their benefit of having this state house. So the offending property in Avondale's Eastdale Road has amassed staggering 72 noise complaints to Auckland Council since the female tenant moved in March. Neighbours, some of whom have slept in their car to escape the racket, are pleading with authorities to act before the situation boils over. The constant noise reports have seen the woman handed 7 excessive noise directions, requiring her to limit noise for 72 hours, and obviously she's not doing it, right? She's had 7 of these. I mean, God, you'd have to go at 3. That should be it, right? But the thing is that these left-wing ideologues in our government agencies always think that we have to be soft and supportive of these people. If you do that, they're never going to conform, right? You've got to be tough with these people, otherwise they'll just keep doing whatever they want to do and make life hell for all the people around them. And this woman is just a trash person, right? Because she doesn't think of anyone else but herself. She has no respect for anybody else. You know, it's just ridiculous. Let's carry on. In her rare move, she was served with an abatement notice last week, but officials admit they are currently powerless to seize her stereo due to Auckland's COVID-19 lockdown restrictions. Fed-up residents told the Herald the woman blasted bass-heavy music every day for hours at a time, sometimes late into the night. And I'm sure we can all understand with bass-heavy music, that really goes through your house and into your body, right? So you can imagine what it must be like to have to live next to this absolute trash of a person. Screaming and fighting was also a problem, and some residents claim they have been intimidated by the tenant and a patch gang member who frequently visits the state house. One neighbour said he and his partner have made nearly 90 complaints in the past 7 months, some of which appear not to have been logged. They'd now resorted to wearing noise-cancelling headphones in the house, rarely went outside, and twice slept in their car to avoid the constant blaring music. The man said the situation had affected their physical and mental well-being. His partner was in tears when the Herald called, and he had developed chronic insomnia, post-traumatic stress disorder, hypersensitivity to music. Imagine what these people are actually going through. It beggars belief, right? And these woke left-wing people in our government departments don't want to do anything, because they don't want to offend this person. They want to be supportive of this person. F off. Just get stuck into them and tell them, right, if you do it one more time, you are out. You will not get the benefit of State House. As far as we're concerned, you can go live under a bridge if you want to. That's what you've got to do with these trash people. It's the only thing that they understand, right? The 9-week COVID-19 lockdown has made the situation even more unbearable. He said it's been 7 months of hell. So yeah, because of the COVID lockdown, Aucklanders can't really do much, but I think special circumstances can be made. Police will still obviously need to go into houses as required, get the friggin' police in and take her stuff, take her music making stuff. I cannot live like this. It's eating us. It's taking all my energy. As well as constant phone calls to Auckland Council, the man had repeatedly contacted Kaingaora Police and even his local MP. The couple could no longer stand the noise and planned to put their home on the market. That is just sad. These people are being forced out of their home, probably for a long time, because our government departments cannot protect citizens from these trash people. They felt Kaingaora should evict the woman to restore peace, as she clearly had no regard for her neighbours or community. Another neighbour said the constant noise was pretty nasty, sending jarring vibrations through his house. Of course they should have acted already. 7 times she was given an abatement notice. After the third, if it was me, it would be after the very first time, right? First time you do it, you're out. But if we're being slightly generous, then let's make it 3 times, right? 3 strikes and you're out. This trash person sort of been gone after the 3rd time. But no, our bloody woke government departments just cannot bring themselves to be tough with these people. He also had made repeated noise complaints but said nothing changed. You can't sleep, but everyone seems to have their hands tied. It's really affected our mental health. You just feel like giving in sometimes. You know, this really sounds like someone who's close to doing something really bad to themselves, right? You can just feel it in what he's saying there. So why are people not, you know, we always hear about mental health these days. So why are government departments not looking after the mental health of our citizens? Auckland Council Compliance Response and Investigations Team Leader David Frith said noise control officers had served the occupier of 7 E&Ds since March, seized stereo equipment during an earlier visit, and issued an abatement notice this month. So if they seized the stereo equipment, how is she doing it? Is she buying new stuff, or are you giving it back to her after a certain amount of time? If you're giving it back to her, don't give it back to her. It's pretty straightforward, right? The abatement notice requires that the occupier stop causing excessive noise, with potential fines of up to $750 per incident. Potential fines. What's the bet that she probably has not been fined at all by these soft government departments. It also permits the seizure of noise-making equipment, and should the abatement notice be breached, further prosecution can be undertaken. They obviously have not done that at all. The council has been working with Kaingaora on the case and providing the agency with copies of noise reports. Kaingaora Regional Director North and West Taina Jones said the Avondale situation had been challenging, particularly during level 3 and level 4 lockdowns. All you need to do is take her out of there and put her into a motel in some remote location where she's not going to annoy anyone else. Kaingaora has received numerous complaints regarding noise and has tried to encourage our customers to show more consideration for neighbours. She doesn't give a shit because she hasn't done anything in 7 months. So she doesn't give a shit at all to you, Kaingaora, or to anyone else. But of course, you just can't bring yourselves to get tough with her. Clients were supposed to be good neighbours, responsible, considerate and law-abiding. Kaingaora could issue a breach of tenancy notice in extreme situations. This sounds like the perfect case for an extreme situation, right? Come on, Kaingaora, get off your ass and just boot this person out, because she is an utter trash person and she shouldn't be given any benefits at all, because she doesn't respect anything that's given to her from other people. Us taxpayers are the ones that are going to have to pay for it. Jones would not say what further action it had taken without the tenant's agreement. Well, stuff her. She doesn't give a shit about anyone else, so we shouldn't give a shit about her either. This person needs to be evicted, and evicted fast, because it looks like some of the neighbours next to her are at their wits' end, and I really don't want to see something bad happen to these people because of this. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a very trash person, or do you think we should be supportive of her and let her do what she wants to do? I'd really love to hear your comments in the comments section. Don't be afraid to speak up, because that's what the left wing wants. They want us conservative right wingers to not voice our opinions, but if we start voicing our opinions, then the narrative will start to change eventually. But it starts with us starting to voice our opinions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give me a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe, as it just helps the YouTube algorithm to notice my content. Alright, hopefully I will catch you in the next video.